First off, I want to say thank you for coming out and showing your talent today. Thank you for everybody that is here. Thank you to the studio, the production crew, all those that are watching at home. And also thank you guys to Ample, who we partnered with for this event. They're an awesome Web3 company that does IP tokenization, so many more cool things. So be sure to check them out. Their app is live. But Lex, how are you feeling?
All good, and you?
Too good, too good. So for those that may not be familiar with you, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, everyone. I'm Lex. I am a conceptual audiovisual artist. I blend my music with immersive visuals, fashion, and experiences in order to create my futuristic universe.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that you describe your work as opening doors to an alternate universe. What does that alternate universe look and feel like to you?
Well, actually, my project has its own universe, and it has, its own universe in which there's a timeline where my albums and my music take place in different eras or time. So that's what I meant. Like, it's like if I had my parallel or I don't know, alternate reality where my world and my universe happens.
That's amazing. So like a time traveler.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually everything happens in the future or in the past. Okay. There's nothing happening in the present.
Amazing. How do you invite your listeners and viewers inside that world?
I actually like to create immersive experiences. For example, I released an EP called Nocturno, which happens to be in the past, like in the 80s, but in my version of the 80s. So I created some comics where they can, read the story of the characters that take part on that album, because it's like a cinematographic EP, where each song has its own like characters and stories and all of that. So I created the comics so people can read them. And also most of my merch, I had like this necklace. It's like part of my merch, and each fan can have one like with I don't know if you can see it in the camera. No, I don't think so. But each necklace has like its own number, and it's like a unique key for each one of my fans. And it's also part of another song, and I like to make them feel like I don't know how to say it. Like they can be part of the story that I am creating.
That's amazing.
Yep.
One thing I really appreciate about your work and what you do is you're just very hands-on with everything, from the audio, the visuals, the merch. We'll get into that later, but I want to talk about your new song you released 2 weeks ago, Tarantula. Tell us about that record and the visuals behind it.
Okay, so as I said before, I like to create, my project has its own universe, and Tarantula is part of my, of that universe. There's a part that is like sci-fi in the future, like 100 years from now. And also it takes place in Mexico, because I wanted to create this landscape of how I envision Mexico in the future. And Tarantula, it's one of the first songs that I actually show to my audience how I imagine this Mexico in the future. For example, in the music video, I created a robotic Quetzalcoatl. For those who don't know what Quetzalcoatl is, it's a god here in Mexico. So I like to give it a poetic meaning that Mexico is awakening. And I like to give it like this blend with sci-fi and futurism and all of that.
That's amazing. What else do you see? Like, what else do you envision in the future?
Well, actually, for example, in the music video, there's a guy at the very beginning, and actually it's like a Mexican cyborg. And I like to put things in my music videos and in my narrative that might feel like that they might come true in the future. And for example, this guy has like I don't know how you say it in English, but like robotic parts in his body, but also like with Aztec signs and all of that, because I like to, in my vision of Mexico in the future, the pre-Hispanic culture has a lot of influence, like that blend with the futurism and technology.
Super cool. Amazing. We're talking about your visual work. You do a lot of stuff with Blender. As a matter of fact, you also learned Blender at 12 years old. You had to go to university with your mom to learn Blender. What role does 3D art play in shaping everything you're building right now?
I think it's like one of the most important parts, because since I always wanted to build my immersive world, and I think like world building in 3D gives me this opportunity to actually let my audience and my fans to actually feel like it's real, because I like realism when I'm creating my music videos and my photos and all of that. Like the one you said of the statue here in Mexico City. For those who don't know, I also edit my pictures. It's not AI, for everyone that knows my art. And I made the iconic statue that is here in Mexico City of El Ángel de la Independencia, but I made it sci-fi. So yeah, actually I made that in 3D. So I think it gives me the opportunity to people feel like it's real.
Okay. So blending like the futuristic and like what's actually like there right now, correct?
Yeah. Cool. Yes, like the places you can visit right now in the present. It's like when you go to, I don't know, to any historical place, when you see a monument or something, or a landmark or something, you think like maybe someone important like walked here in the past. I like to think about that, but in the future. Like maybe here in the future, for example, in the music video of Tarantula, have you been to the Zócalo here in Mexico City?
Not yet.
Okay, it's like the cultural, no, it's not the cultural center, but I don't know how to say it. Well, it's like an important historical place here in Mexico. And actually there's a cathedral in which before, like in the pre-Hispanic times here in Mexico, there was a pyramid from the Aztec Empire. So in the music video of Tarantula, I placed again the pyramid there behind the cathedral, like also saying that Mexico is awakening. And I like to think, like I said, that people can walk there in the historic place and say like, oh, maybe in the future here it's the pyramid again. Like when you think about the past, like people walk here in the past, maybe in the future. Like, I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's super cool. What like inspiration or like what guides you when you're doing that? Like whether it's inspiration or references, what kind of guides you?
I think it's like a really personal thing, but I'd say like transcendence. I like to do art that might transcend. And that's why I blend like many artistic practices in order to bring some immersive experience that may become real here in the physical world. That inspires me.
That's super cool. I can also like see, so much influence in modern day like movies as well. Is it true that one of your favorite movies is like Ready Player One?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So if you could score design the visual world for a movie, what would it be? Which one would you choose?
I think Back to the Future.
Back to the Future?
Yes.
Why that?
Because I love how it also feels like it has its own... I don't know. I feel like it's like a magical movie for me. And I like that it's like a playful... it has like a playful vibe, like the way it is directed, and I like that. But also, like talking about sci-fi, also Ghost in the Shell. Have you seen that movie?
I've not.
okay, it's a great sci-fi movie. And yes, I think that
Okay.
that movie and Back to the Future.
Okay, amazing. Got to watch it now. Super curious about like your creative process when you're, in your zone. What comes first? Is it the visuals? Is it the music? Is the visuals just help elevate the music, or vice versa?
I think my process is different from other artists. In my case, the cinematic universe comes first, because I like to create thinking that I am creating the soundtrack for a movie, or for any music video that I'll make when the song is ready. And yes, I like to think of like a landscape, a visual landscape, always in the future, or like sci-fi inspired. And then like it feels like if I could get in like that world, and I could like describe what I'm feeling in that moment, and I can write about that. And yeah.
Okay. And talking about your visuals again, Blender, just the possibilities on there are endless. Is there something that you created on there that you thought was impossible to create, or like what was the wildest thing you've ever created on Blender?
I think the robotic Quetzalcoatl, that was a really ambitious project, because there were no references. Usually when you create something in 3D, you have like real references. For example, if you want to create a chair, you have a lot of chairs to copy. But since we don't have a robotic Quetzalcoatl, it was a really weird process, but it was cool. It was like now seeing it like hacia atrás. It was a really cool process.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on right now? Are you working on a project? What do you have planned for the rest of the year and going into next year?
Actually, I'm planning to release 3 songs this year, like whatever we have left of this year. And also to keep doing my music videos and like doing my immersive experiences. I want to release my merch again, because I haven't done any merch in like 2 years. So that part also excites me, because I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger. So that, I don't know, like creating the 360, like the 360 part of my project excites me a lot.
That's amazing. You draw on your clothes, right?
Yeah. Yes. I've done pretty much every possible art.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What about the rings too? The rings are so cool.
Like I didn't design them,
Okay.
but yes, I like jewelry too.
That's amazing. What type of merch are you releasing? Is it going to be like obviously futuristic, but what's your plan with that?
I like to create like merch with how do you say, augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
I already did that in the past,
Mm-hmm.
but I did like some posters where you can scan them with a filter, and actually the poster came to life.
Wow.
But Instagram deleted like all the filters, and yeah, it wasn't my fault, but yeah.
That's
So I want to keep doing that, like making merch that it's not just merch, that feels like fashion. Like you can wear it and it feels like you're dressing good.
That's super fun. Super fun. For someone just discovering your music, whether in this room, which I doubt, but maybe online, watching it for the first time, what can they expect with your performance today? Because is this your first like acoustic, like laid back performance?
No, but I think I already had.
Okay.
Yes, but no, yes, I had.
Okay. What can they expect with the performance tonight?
I think it's like a really emotional performance. It's the first time I'm gonna perform some of my techno songs acoustic, so it's gonna be a really interesting concept.
Okay, amazing. There's one other thing I want to ask you, and also you don't have to answer because we were talking about it earlier. But another thing you're working on that's
Oh yeah.
Can I ask about that? Or?
Yeah, it's okay.
You said you're working on a video game.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So as I said before, I work in Blender and other 3D softwares. And since we already have like the world building or like the 3D things, actually we're planning to do a video game where my audience and my fans can actually walk through, for example, in the music video of Tarantula that happens in Mexico City in the future, where you can find like the subway of Mexico City in the future and the many historical places here in Mexico in the future. Like we're planning to create a video game where you can actually walk through Mexico City in the future, and yeah, many other cities later. But from Mexico.
That's amazing. What don't you do? You're doing it well.
I don't.
The numbers.
Yes. I'm not good with numbers, but anything that has to do with art, I can do it.
Okay, amazing. And what's one thing you hope that people take away after, whether they are listening to your music for the first time or see your performance tonight? What's something you hope they take home with them?
I've always felt that when people discovers my project, I love to make them feel like they can escape to another world, and that this world has like a world full of curiosity and, how do you say it, like things that make you, how do you say it, emocionado, excited, yes, like a glimpse to the future. Like, I mean, for me, thinking about the future, it gives me like hope, and that's what I want them to make them feel when they discover my project.
Amazing. And last question, where can people follow you on social media, and where can they listen to your music?
I am as LEX MXX, like Mexico, and LEX Oficial in every other platform.
Amazing. Lex, thank you so much. Let's give it up for her.
Thank you.